Yo, yo, yo. It's your boy, Orion, one half of the Northwest Sports Fanatics. Back at you with a new video. Today's going to be a great show. Hopefully everyone had a great Wednesday. We're getting close to the latter part of the week. Michael Pierpont. Yo, what it do, my guy? Brian Chaffino. First, Pierpont, fly. Eagles, fly. Chaffino, Ravens, flock. But I got a great show today. Shay, yo, Logan Reyes, Randall Cobb, of course. I'm such a homer, he says. I got a great show today. Old faces, new places. I saw a tweet that went out, and it had some players, but I wanted to rank them so we can kind of go over the top 10. And to be in consideration, obviously you have to be an older player going to a new place, not a player that's obviously been in the league within the last couple years. But there's a few people that you could probably debate on. Also, I want to talk about Colin Kaepernick. I don't know if you guys saw on Twitter or Instagram or Facebook, but there's a new video of him obviously working out, staying in shape, waiting for his name to be called. Quite a few years have passed, and so I'm not sure if anyone's going to come calling, but I want to discuss and talk with you guys what you guys think about Colin Kaepernick. And, if he ever has a chance to play in the league again. Obviously, he's probably, I don't want to say he's got a better chance than Johnny Football, because, we don't really know with, his progression and his issues that he has as well. But I definitely got a great list today. And then I also want to touch on Oakland Raiders and Hard Knocks last night. Did you guys watch it? Did you enjoy it? Regardless if you love or hate the Raiders, I loved it. I thought it was great. Some people said that in reviews that I read that they didn't like it. But I don't know. Those guys are fucking crazy. I loved it. I love Hard Knocks. One extra thing for me to watch. I did a Mike Trout video. If you guys didn't check it, 28th birthday today. So I had to put on the Ken Griffey Jr. jersey. Okay. Just to kind of commemorate Mike Trout. Obviously, a career highlight video. I just posted that about 30 minutes ago. So after the stream is over, if you guys want to check it out, if you're a fan of baseball or not, and just want to see how good Mike Trout really is, he's the best baseball player today. So let me go through the comments here real quick, and we can discuss some topics. And I want you guys to be active in the chat today. We want to make sure we get some opinions from y'all. Michael Pierpont, fly, Eagles, fly. Chaffino, Ravens, flock. Shay, Logan Reyes, he's like, we damn boys. Javon Wright, Taco Tuesday. That's my LeBron impression. I know I didn't really nail that, but I'm trying. I saw a remix, though, of someone doing the Taco Tuesday, and it was pretty funny. I think it had like over 1 million views. Whoever remixed that was amazing. Christopher Love, hashtag keep pounding. The Panthers. I know this. Michael Pierpont's got a great one. Why you got to be stealing people from my list, big dog? Come on now. Deshaun Jackson? Is he worthy? Of course he is. Fly, Eagles, fly. And you know what? If I could pick any team for him, when he's gone through the Eagles and, Redskins and the Buccaneers and he's been, going from team to team, I wouldn't want him to play anywhere else but in Philly. I think that's where he belongs. And I think he's going to have a resurgence in his career. It's going to be the first time since he left Philly, I believe he's going to be happy. He's going to be a factor. When you're happy, you look good, you play good, like Dion would say. It's big facts. So I'm excited. Legit Shark, what up? Tommy H, we damn boys. Tommy H with the Cowboys. Frank Gore, okay, I see you. One of the most supportive, appreciative fans in the room every single day. 6 Inc, what up? I was just listening to the newest Tool song. You know what's funny? I actually had a few of my buddies that were posting that as well. I feel so good and peaceful right now. I'm not sure how good. I don't know if they came up with a new album, but I have some rocker friends. I'm more into the rap scene, but obviously anything that comes out that's alternative or rock, usually they'll post something to me. And I, obviously being a wrestling fan, listening to rock music for intros, I'm used to it. So, but I have heard a lot of comments on it, so I haven't listened to it yet, but I have heard stuff on it. 6 Inc, I hope you're doing good. It's Wednesday. I'm getting ready for Seattle, baby. I got a Seattle trip tomorrow. You're going to see me go live probably towards the evening time when the Seahawks end up playing the Broncos. I got my Peyton Manning Bronco jersey ready to put on. So it's a one day only special. Orion wearing a non-Buccaneers jersey. Peyton Manning supporting my Broncos buddy. He'll be rocking the Von Miller, and then the following day I'll go live, and we're going to be at the Mariners game against the Rays, getting our Edgar Martinez bobblehead Hall of Fame bobbleheads. I'm so stoked. It's going to be insane. Our room is insane. It's like $800 for 2 nights. We're on like 15th floor with the bay view, water view. Yeah, we're going big. Yeah, it's going to be amazing. I can't wait. But I'll still do a video. I'll try to chop one up tomorrow before I go, try to go live. I'm not going to miss any time, even when I'm gone. The grind is real. Full-time job, YouTube on top of that, no problem. I got you guys. We're getting ready for the NFL season, and we're going to get into the list. Pierpont, stop looking through my list, okay? First he says Deshaun Jackson, then he says Frank Gore, but he probably saw the post online. But it's all good. I don't blame you. Juan Gotti. Redskins preseason tomorrow. I can't wait. Me either. Even though Marcus is HTTR for life, okay? I followed the Redskins very closely my whole life. Throughout my childhood, Mark Rippon, Art Monk, Dexter Manley. I'm going deep. I go way, way, way back. Okay, so for me, there's certain players that I really want to keep an eye on. Obviously, we want to see Haskins. We want to see Geis after the injury, from last season. But I want to see Ryan Kerrigan play. I want to see Trent out there. You know what I mean? But I don't know how many starters are gonna play. But I really love watching a lot of the teams in the NFC. There's a few in the AFC. Since I'm a Bucs fan, a lot of NFC South. I love the NFC East because the rivalries are so real and they're exciting to watch, even if the teams aren't as good as projected on paper. The rivalries are real. Seahawks, Niners, nice rivalry. NFC North, Packers, Bears, the Bears, right? Lions, everybody in all the Vikings, Skull, all of them. I can't wait. It's going to be a great, great season. And we're going to have a bunch of games starting tomorrow and then also a couple on Friday. I'll probably do a reaction to my Bucks versus the Steelers. I'll be in the hotel room or at the bar, obviously getting ready for the Mariners and the Rays. But at least I get to watch it, so I'm stoked. I'll be able to hop on probably from my phone, I guess, and I'll have to go YouTube Live or Facebook Live. We'll figure it out. Nick Foles, stop cheating, bro. Get off the list. Stop looking at my list all the way from across the country. I know you're doing it. Matthew Sanchez, hashtag keep pounding. What is up, my guy? I'm going to try to scroll down and acknowledge everybody because that's what I do. Javon Wright said the Thupa Bowl. Javon Wright. Agreed. John Roberts, the biggest Bills fan on planet Earth, sends me things on Twitter. Left and right. Check this out. You know what I'm going to do for Bills Mafia? Probably tomorrow morning before I go to the game and go to see the Seahawks and the Broncos, right? And before I go see the Mariners and the Rays for that little doubleheader, I think I'm going to do a Josh Allen reaction video. I know he did one, I believe, when he was in college. I remember doing that. But I think I'm going to pump out a Bills one. I think I need to get people on notice that the Bills are a team that can make the playoffs this year, and the more tape I watch, the more camp I watch, the more articles I read, and not necessarily the Homer articles or Homer things, from just people in Buffalo, people nationwide. This team, I'm really starting to believe. Like, I was kind of a believer, like 60%, but now I'm really starting to believe. I like the Jets too, with the pieces that they have, but I think Josh Allen, if I had to predict one quarterback that if you go from last year's stats to this year, is going to have the biggest turnaround out of any quarterback. You're going to see a superstar in the making. Yeah, I said it. A superstar in the making. Yeah, we know about Baker and Sam Darnold and some of these other guys, but I really like the potential and the rest of the roster and the way they're building it. Sean McDermott obviously is great, so I'm really looking forward to educating a lot of the sport fanatics as well if they're a little on the fence. Obviously the Niners and a few other teams could be sleepers, but I'm really falling in love with the team. I really am, and I'm not just saying that. I know John Roberts loves that. He said, all right, Bills Mafia, I'm going to tag all them. We're going to watch this video, support my boy. So I appreciate that. Hope you're having a good day selling the cars. Hopefully you got a couple proposals in or sold some cars up there in the state of Washington. You close to me, not too far. 12 is most wanted. 6 Inc. What up, bro? I remember you from the other day, he says. George Kittle, top 3 tight end. Now we're just shifting all over. Dude, let's link up. For real, actually, I don't know how far away you're going to be, bro, but I'm going to be in Seattle. I'm at the Marriott, right there about 5 minutes from the stadium, from both. I'll be in town for 2 days. So I don't know what your schedule's like, but if you want to link up, hit me up on here or whatever, and I can give you some contact info and we can figure it out. That'd be sweet. Maybe grab a brewski or something. That'd be awesome. Engage with the fans. Bills Mafia. Let's see here. This is my favorite channel to be on when it comes to live streams. That's the point. You know what I mean? I went on today, right? They had the Good Morning Football. It's probably a stream from like Europe, right? And I see these guys in the chat room, and I almost wish it was you guys here, like when we have this chat. I actually get some smart people. We get some people that are a little biased. Yeah, some homers. You love your teams just like I do too, right? But most of you guys, if you don't necessarily believe maybe some of the things I'm saying, once you kind of take a step back and you hear me say it or you hear other people say it, you start to be like, you know what? Maybe he's got a point. Maybe you're not on board fully, but I can make you a believer with the facts and look at the tape, right? When I look at these chat rooms from these other NFL YouTube channels, if it's like a, Good Morning Football, even though I love Kay Adams, amazing, Kay Adams, whoa. But any of the other ones, NFL Total Access, and you get these guys that they just think they know everything. Not that I know everything, but I mean the amount of research and reading that I do, and I know you guys do a lot too. God, I would put our chat, no matter how big we get from now all the way to the end of the season, against any of those other chats, and we would just dominate the shit out of them. Big facts. I mean, it's just something about just fans that just don't know what they're talking about. It's just a kind of a pet peeve of mine, I guess. Everyone's a quote-unquote expert, but, it is what it is. But I appreciate that you love the stream, and I acknowledge everyone. And even if we get to a point where there's 1,000 people in here, I'm going to acknowledge everybody that I can, you know what I mean? Especially the day oneers. I appreciate you guys. Javon Wright, Gerald McCoy. But also, too, that is a good one. But there is also going to be like an age limit, right? And how long they've been in the league. So I kind of have a cutoff point, too. Frank Clark, right? And there, some of them are kind of borderline. I want to go kind of old. You know what I'm saying? Old. Like not grandpa old where you're getting like the coffee in the newspaper at Sherry's or Denny's. But, I mean, they've been there for a while. Pierpont says Eagles, Titans tomorrow. I'm excited. Who dat? John Roberts. Let's see. Just feeling light as a feather. Listening to that Tool. I feel you. Let's see here. Pierpont. We will be able to see what Miles Sanders is made of tomorrow. I'm already sold. I'm sold. Like I said, I'm sold on Miles Sanders. I'm sold on Montgomery, right? I'm sold on Henderson. Bears, Rams, Eagles. I'm sold on them. Miles Sanders is going to be great. At some point, I mean, I know he's a little smaller, and obviously with Jordan Howard, it's probably going to be political. Have to go through what you got for him, why you brought him in, you know what I mean? But at some point, maybe Miles Sanders will be the guy. Maybe he'll be the one. Or even if he's the two and you rotate carries with Howard, what a great punch. 1-2, and you got 4 guys behind him. You got the new world order, brother. You got 6 running backs. Even better when you guys had the 4 horsemen. When you guys won the Super Bowl. I thought you guys had depth then. The depth is better this season. I love it. Orion. You seen AB's gross frostbite feet? Of course, bro. I saw that days ago. I already knew when I saw the Instagram that I didn't know if it was going to be frostbite, but I mean, that didn't look right. I mean, blisters aren't supposed to take up like half of your heel or almost the whole section of your foot. I mean, those were like as big as almost his whole foot, besides maybe some of his toes didn't have it. Looks painful as hell. Hopefully, that'll fall off and whatnot, and he can, get back to doing his regular reps. It's going to be tough. He'll be hurting for a little bit, but he's a tough guy. So we'll have to see kind of how that goes. Go Birds, Clay Matthews, future HOF, Hall of Famer. No cars sold, no more quit. Let's see. You ever been showing up lately to these live streams because I'm helping packing my sister for college? Oh, yeah. So, I mean, obviously with you and everything that's happened with you as well, congratulations. You'll have to see what you end up doing. But it's all right. You know what I mean? I'll always go over the show again and again. Usually if I do an hour, 2 hour, 3 hour show, I'll represent and make sure I take care of everyone. Because I don't know when everyone's hopping in the stream or hopping out. You have maybe 100 to 300 people that'll hop in and out, or watch a replay. But I want to make sure that no one feels left out. That's for damn sure. No one wants to go to a stream and feel that way. Javon Wright, Colts 11-5. Javon's just writing stuff down on paper now. He's like, he was on the couch and then he fell off the couch, right? Then he's going to camp, getting daps from Cam, getting t-shirts from Graham Gano and some of the other people, right? Now he's going through predictions. Now he's going through records. He's he's doing his research. Now he's trying to come up with the big facts. He's trying to be the educated fan, putting in that work, right? Not trying to be such a homer, but be realistic. I see you make an effort, Javon. I'm proud of you. You know what I mean? Your football knowledge is going to get better and better as we go throughout the year. I can help you with fantasy. I can just help you with facts in general. So that way that people will be coming to you, Javon, for the questions and the answers. I got that from Northwest Sports Fanatics. I mean, you can take the credit if you want. I got your back. Six Ink, I'm always open-minded. Whenever I hear anything that doesn't go with what I feel, I will always do my damnedest to understand where you're coming from. And you got to, just like in people in general. Let's see here. Randy K's got a great question. Right, Chiefs fan. He said, you got Bigfoot up there in Oregon? You best believe we do. You got it. You got it up there, man. The forests up here, they're crazy, man. You know, there's beers and, you know, people be smoking, right? And they got the bars, strip clubs. You got everything. But, yeah, in the forest up there, Bigfoot is real out here. If you've never been out here in the Northwest, you're 2 hours away from where I live, from everywhere. From the beach, right, to the ocean, Pacific Ocean, 2 hours away or less. The mountains, 2 hours away. If you want to go, you know, all the way to Bend, Eastern Oregon, you know, where they have a lot of like resorts and, you know, camping areas. I mean, literally, if you want to go downtown, I mean, you're looking at an hour or less. I mean, you're literally in, if you want any type of scenery from camping to the ocean to go skiing or snowboarding on the mountains, that's what the best part of Oregon is. You literally can go any direction. You know, oh, you want to go see a Blazer game? Boom. You know, you're like 45 minutes away. You want to go hit the slopes? You want to hit the mountains? Boom. You're an hour and a half away. You know, if you want to go to Seattle, that's probably the farthest trip. Go see a Mariner game like I am tomorrow and the Seahawks and Broncos, 3 hours away. You know, I'm taking a train with my buddy. I'm super stoked. It's going to be an amazing time. But Bigfoot is real, all right? Best believe it. Eagles Nation, I'm actually looking forward to the preseason, as you should be. If you're a hardcore fan like me, I can't get enough of it. You know what I mean? I know it doesn't have all the starters and it's not as exciting, but sometimes when you watch closely like this, you'll find that one guy, you know, that no one knows who he is. Like a Kenny Golladay is a perfect example. I noticed him break out in preseason a couple years ago. Now he's arguably the best player on offense on their team, not named Kerryon Johnson, right? You got Marvin Jones. I mean, Hawkinson's going to be better than him. But, I mean, as a solid wide receiver from a guy that just came out of preseason, no one expected anything out of him. That's what I look for. I look for those sleepers, and not only in fantasy, but just fun guys to watch in the future, you know, and watch them develop. Watch him from a guy in preseason get, 8 grabs for 100 yards. You know, who is this guy? Is he even going to make the team? And then he ends up being like a number 1 or number 2. And you're like, oh, man, I remember Kenny Golladay. I remember him. He was the guy running around there a couple years ago in preseason. That's why I watch it. I love it, man. I can't get enough. Let's see here. Check the DMs, he says. Bears, Panthers tomorrow. Baltimore, 16-0, fight me. Ravens flock. He said he believes. Can't wait for some Panthers football tomorrow. I bet. I can't wait for football, period. I'll be at work during the Eagles preseason game. That's unfortunate, but if I can hop on, well, obviously I'm gonna be at the game tomorrow for Broncos Seahawks. You guys, I'm not sure if you guys will end up getting that game, but if you end up looking behind the Bronco bench in the 4th row around 40, 50-yard line, you'll see your boy. I'll be on there. Who knows what I'll be wearing? I'll be wearing the Peyton Manning jersey for my buddy, but I'll have other gear on too. Maybe some Ducks gear or something that'll stand out so you guys can see me, maybe with the Duck gloves or something. So I'm excited for that. All right, somebody convinced me that CMC is not top 5. Well, everyone, Javon, knows that runs CMC's top 5, and in some fantasy drafts, he's going to get picked number 1. So obviously people believe. You got Run CMC, AK-41, Alvin Kamara, Saquon, right? Zeke, if he can ever get in the building. We damn boys, right? Le'Veon Bell, sleeper. People just sleeping on him like he's just, okay. Okay, we'll see, right? Joe Mixon, I think he might break out, especially with A.J. Green and avoid the Boyd, Tyler Boyd, one of my favorite wide receivers in the league for the Bengals. And you're like, who the hell watches the Bengals? I do. I watch all the teams. Let's see here. I'm scrolling through. Got to wait until Friday for the Nyland Saints to play. I'm excited for that. Bills dodged a bullet on that one. Good riddance, AB. Wow, no entrance. Shaking my head. Who are the Saints playing in the preseason? Says, don't worry, it's only 2 days. Can't wait for the Saints to come back. Ravens versus Jags. And you guys can comment below some of the matchups that are going to be coming up. Vikings and then Chargers, then Jets, then Dolphins. Six Inks has got the schedule. He's like, boom, boom, boom. Ready, written it down. You know what's crazy for me when I was younger? I think it affects you more as a fan when you're really hardcore and you have a little bit more hate in your heart. You're a little bit more with that rivalries where it's like, you know, if you're an Eagle fan, you're just like, fuck the Cowboys, fuck everybody, the Redskins, the Giants. You know, you're just all about your team. I don't know if you guys do this too, but when I was younger, I'd get a piece of paper, right? And I'd have a marker or, you know, whatever, colored pencil, right? And I'd write down the whole schedule, right? Who you're playing, where it's at. And then after each game, I would fill in the score, right? W or L, and I would keep it on the fridge and I would update it. And then depending on if they won or lost, I'd be pissed off for like 3 days to a week or maybe until the next game. I think I've gotten a little bit better with that. I don't get as mad as I used to. You know, I'm more of a realist. But do you guys do the same thing? Do you guys, you know, get to that mode where you like write down the schedule in advance? I know things are like more, you know, techie now where you can just have it on your phone. But something about just writing it down and seeing it. I don't know if it just makes me happier or madder when you walk by the fridge and, you know, you get some leftovers and you see that W on the paper instead of the L. It's way better taking that W than those L's, let me tell you. And with the Bucks, a lot of L's. Not good. Will you do a week-by-week predictions for the NFL season? I'll do anything you guys want. Man, I'll do the NFL predictions. I'm going to try to do, I mean, Marcus has his son playing Pop Warner. So obviously I'm grinding, you know what I mean? And I'm not going to just sit and not do videos when I, you know, have the ability to do videos. So I'm going to do as many as I can. So there's going to be some reaction videos with highlights that I'm going to have to do by myself. I wish he'd be able to make it, but he has to take care of his son, be supportive. You know, he's playing Pop Warner. And, man, his son, I'm telling you right now, he's like Odell-ish. He's going into 7th grade. He's got the best hands out of anyone that I've seen in 7th grade in a long time. He can run routes. Marcus does cone drill with him. I mean, this guy is going to be like recruited by the time he gets to high school. I don't know what level of college, but I mean, this kid is going to be like the best athlete on the team, top 2. He wants to play wide receiver or corner. His name's DeAndre, but he'll probably end up being like running back because they don't, you know, he can be quarterback too. But just by watching Madden and playing Madden and then, you know, interacting, you know, with the sport fanatics, he's something else. But he'll be here as much as he can. But I'm going to do everything you guys want. You comment on something, preview for each game. I mean, as long as I have the ability, I'm working full-time job, waking up at like 4 or 5 in the morning. So I hope you guys appreciate the grind. You know what I mean? And I'm still consistent. I'm going to do as many videos as I can. You know, if I get donations, great. If I don't, you know, a lot of the videos that, you know, we're going to be doing with the highlights, as you guys know, we get no money for that. So, you know, anytime that if we do a live stream, you know, if you guys think that we're worth a donation, then that would be much appreciated. But obviously every video we do that has highlights attached, football, NFL, college football, NBA, Mike Trout video I did earlier. I mean, we can't put ads on there. Otherwise, they'll, you know, give you a copyright strike, block your channel, you know, if you get in trouble with it, or, you know, they'll block the video. So you got to be really careful with a lot of that stuff. But you know, I'm gonna grind it out. We'll do, you know, top 10 power rankings like me and Marcus used to do, and he'll be available to do videos on Monday, Tuesday, and then Thursday. So he'll try to come for Monday night and Thursday night. Wednesday and Friday, he's got his son with the practices and the games, right? And then I'll be doing live reaction play-by-play probably on the weekends too. So like I said, my goal is to do 2-3 games on Saturday for college football, Ducks included. That's my team. And then the big matchup at like ABC at like 5 p.m. And then on Sunday, I'm going to try to do 2 or 3 games. I don't know if my body will let me do 9 hours straight of NFL play-by-play and reactions, but if you see me doing it, I'm the only one on YouTube doing it, and it's going to be quality. It ain't going to be, you know, just some bummy work, you know. It ain't going to be bummy. We damn boys. But, yeah, I'm going after it. Let's see. Toughest will be the Jets. Yeah, my team has the Patriots, Bills, and Steelers. And it's kind of crazy. Everyone has a different schedule, you know, across the country, so everyone will have their teams. I can't wait for football season to start. Legit Shark, yeah. Tell me about it. For me, NFL is a 365. You know what I mean? I'm so invested in the NFL and college football. It literally is 365. I spend so much time, like right now in the background, I'm watching Dallas Cowboys. I'm watching NFL Network. NFL Network is like permanently on my TV, right? It should just be permanently Kay Adams on my TV, period. You know, but obviously I have to, you know, have some of these other, you know, correspondents on the TV, but I love it. I can't get enough. Good Morning Football, the best NFL show, period, that's on television. Skip and Shannon is great and whatnot, but I think for as far as not having the biased commentary, have it being fun, entertaining, you learn something new. You know, everyone has their opinions, but they're good people. You know what I mean? I feel like Shannon Sharp is awesome, right? But he's like the realist, and then Skip's the idiot. And then the producers are like, say this. You know what I mean? He's like, okay. And, whether or not he actually believes the Cowboys are going to win the Super Bowl, but I just feel it's all fake. You know what I mean? It's all like planned out, like Jersey Shore, like The Bachelor, Bachelorette. It's all fake. Doesn't impress me at all. The biggest drama, is the NFL. It's all year round. 365. Javon Wright, 6 Inc. Super Bowl. I can't wait until Curtis Samuel will bring this season for the Panthers. DJ Moore as well. I'm ready. Let's see. No, but I get pissed off sometimes when the Saints lose when I was talking about my list. Football tomorrow. I can't wait. Sad Panthers fan. Don't be sad. You right now, give me your NFC standings. Me right now? Like who I feel that's going to win? It's Eagles, NFC East, right? Eagles 11-5. They're going to win, right? And then for the North, I've been just debating and thinking about it, and it's tough for me to. Yesterday I was kind of thinking, maybe the Vikings could do it, but am I really sold on Kirk Cousins, over Rodgers, Mr. Discount Double Check, and the Bears? And usually there's new teams that will emerge, but I think with the emergence of Riley Ridley and Montgomery, and the defense is so elite, I'm kind of starting to think, I'm shifting my opinion a little bit. Maybe I'm leaning a little bit more towards the Bears. I don't like their offense a lot, but their defense is the best in the division, in the NFC North. So I'm kind of leaning towards them. And then obviously, the Rams by default, in my opinion, I think they'll go 10-6 or 11-5. And then the NFC South, Nolans Saints, think about 11-5, or so. It sounds about right to me. And then there'll be all those other teams battling for a wild card. Atlanta, Carolina, Seattle, Packers and Vikings, Cowboys if Zeke gets to camp. Hopefully that answered your questions. We damn boys. See, if Zeke heard that, he'd get in the building. He said, I like that. He's good. That should be a meme or something already. All right, let's see here. Slick Nick Foles. It's a good one. So I want to see what Brian Burns will bring to the table for the defense. I'm positive Panthers could be a top 10 defense with all the additions they brought. Agreed. I watched him in college very thoroughly. He's going to be one of the best rookies, period, in the NFL. I know a lot of people don't know who he is, but if you watch Florida State players, some of them got the swag, some of them get in trouble, right? But guys like Jalen Ramsey, you can't get those guys, falling off at the tree anytime you want. My favorite player of all time, Derek Brooks, Florida State. Deion Sanders, Florida State. Some of the players they have, they don't pan out, like Charlie Ward, NBA, NFL, and some of them do, some of them don't. And then you get guys that are above average, like Work Done, But I like starting to love Brian Burns. Great edge. He's got, I don't know if you've watched any stories on him. Go on YouTube or look him up. You know what I mean? He's got a real interesting story, Brian Burns, and I think he's going to really make a big name for himself. And then plus, obviously, with Kuechly and Gerald McCoy, he's just going to fit right in. He's a guy that has an endless motor, and he's going to surprise a lot of people. A lot of people who don't know who he is. By the end of the season, everyone will know Brian Burns. Believe that. Damon P. Aquadio. He said, I got to do this right. Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Damon P. Aquadio, and I am the advocate for the reigning, defending, undisputed Northwest sports fanatics, Orion Mikulek. See, I could be an announcer too. I could do wrestling. I could do NFL. I got it. Damon's got it. You guys are on it. You guys are on point today. Brian Burns can get 10 sacks. That's a little aggressive because I don't think he's the same type of talent as like a Bradley Chubb, So you got to take that in consideration. But if he gets 5 sacks or more, that's a good upside for him to grow in the next season. Go 5 the first year, then maybe go like 8. You just want to see progression. 10 is a lot. I mean, if he gets 10, that might be the difference between going 7-9 and 9-7 or 10-6, depending on if he can force some fumbles. If he's going to get that many. He's going to be good, but I'm not sure if he's going to be 10 sack good, but I like him a lot. Definitely an underrated prospect that not a lot of people are talking about. I know Marcus wanted him on the Redskins in the first round if they didn't go for Haskins. I want to see how the Ravens' defense will be like. You lost a lot of pieces. No more T-Sizz. The sizzle's gone, right? I don't know. Man. C.J. Mosley to me was really, really big. That was the best player on your team. To me, So, I mean, good thing at least you got, Earl. But if Earl gets banged up and you lost all those pieces, you'll be battling for me for second place. That's in the division. Pittsburgh's going to win the division. And I'm 100% confident with that. Unless they have any significant big injuries, they have the depth, right? Cleveland, maybe has some talent and, and they have some potential, but they're really young, and I don't like their coach. I like your coach a lot more, Coach Harbaugh. But the offense and defense is going to be kind of raw. There's a lot of holes that need to be filled in a couple drafts. And the Bengals will definitely be last. So it all depends on Lamar Jackson and obviously the coaching. That's going to really depend on how far you go. But I don't think you're going to be able to beat Pittsburgh this season. I think they're going to win the division, and that's big facts. And that's not just because it's not just saying I don't like the Ravens. I've always respected the hell out of the Ravens and their defense. Always fun to watch. But also, too, not having Ozzie Newsome, being in the building and doing his regular role like he, did before, being a part of the draft process and being really tied into the team very, very closely, his role, that's why they were so good. You know what I mean? One of the brightest minds in football, Ozzie Newsome. Let's see here. He forgot P. Aquadio. Oh, well. He said, that's a good one, Damon. So you guys are creative today. Keep your eye on Devin Singletary the preseason. I like him, too. I know you've been very high on him. John Roberts, Bills Mafia. Not a lot of people are talking about him. Devin Singletary, a running back. The fourth one that they have. So they got him. They got Yeldon, right? You got Shady McCoy. Frank Gore. Got yourself a little four horsemen yourself there. A little new world order. Wolf pack. Oh, you got your own little four horsemen. I see you. Little new world order, brother. I see it. They'll be exciting. I don't know how they're going to rotate all those backs. I don't know how the hell that's going to work, but then maybe they'll make it happen. The only entertaining guy on NFL Network that I can think of is Steve Smith. I like Steve Smith a lot. I don't know. I like Kay Adams, though. You know what I mean? Kay Adams is one of those, is like, she'll have her opinions and whatnot. And it's not necessarily she's just, good looking. You know what I mean? But like anyone that is a female that knows football and knows what they're talking about, you know what I mean? Like NFL Network has a nice group of people. It's much better than ESPN or Fox Sports or any of these other, networks, that have shows, Chris Berman, I wish he was on there. Tom Jackson, they used to have their little NFL Live show. That was fire. You know what I mean? They always brought the energy and the heat. But, things have kind of changed, Skip and Shannon show is fake. They always disagree. Well, yeah, because they want ratings. America is ignorant. They love ignorance, Cash me outside. How about that? You know what I mean? They like the ignorant, dumb shit, They like the Jersey Shore, Gym Tan Laundry, Fist Pump, just stuff that's just ignorant and dumb. You know what I mean? You can be entertained by certain shows, but when they're all like scripted, you know what I mean? It's just so you can see people fight and argue. That's what shows you what's wrong with America nowadays, with all the racism and all the arguing and the bullshit. No place for it. Let's see here. Panthers have had a good defense for a long time. They have. My standings, everyone 8-8. Most wanted says everyone is 500. Luis Melendez Jr. Hello. Fun fact, no team in 2018 finished 8-8. See, look at that. Breaking out the facts. Damon P. Aquadio. Hit him with that knowledge. Says, Sixing, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to bring my Saints polo shirt to AT&T Stadium this weekend just to prove and piss some of the we damn boys fans off. What do you think? Too much or funny troll? I don't know. It just depends on how old you are and if you got backup. Sometimes when you go to a stadium and you wear the other gear, I don't know, man. Sometimes certain fans, they're not very nice, you know what I mean? And you can get into fights and whatnot, but, you can troll all you want. Obviously, if I go to a game, I'm repping my team no matter what. They had a really awesome Mike Allstott NFL tweet that came out. Amazing little interview with Mike Allstott, my favorite offensive buck of all time. And if you guys follow me on Twitter, you saw that I retweeted that. It's like 9 minutes long, 10 minutes long, and it goes over his whole career from Purdue, right? And then, obviously his progression of how the Bucs were, when he came in a year after Derek Brooks and Warren Sapp, and how he dominated and how he got them over the hump. I love Mike Allstott, and it was really cool to see that piece. If you guys know who Mike Allstott is or not, sure who he is, look him up. and you can watch that. Amazing highlight reel. We always talk about Barry Sanders, as a one-of-a-kind, best of all time. Mike Allstott as a fullback/halfback hybrid, best of all time. I mean, he's a guy that could play fullback, but once he got the chance to play halfback, I mean, he was literally unstoppable. He had halfback speed at a fullback body. Crazy. Really entertaining to watch. It brought back a lot of memories for me. Haven't, seen him in the league for quite some time. Definitely one of those, jerseys that I'll end up buying, as a throwback, which I don't have yet because I want to get like maybe a Mitchell and Ness one, a nice one. But yeah, watch that. Mike Allstott, the A-Train. Amazing. I'm still shocked the Cowboys haven't paid Zeke yet. Don't tell me they're going to let him go because Zeke said he was not going to play if he doesn't get a new contract. Yeah, obviously he'll hold out like Le'Veon did, and you can't afford to get rid of him. Same thing with Melvin Gordon. You can't afford it. I mean, the Chargers, if they think that they can win the Super Bowl without Melvin Gordon, or if the Cowboys think that they can go to a Super Bowl, or let alone an NFC Championship game without Zeke, both of those teams are crazy. And they have depth on both of those rosters to make a run. Both of them do, in the AFC and in the NFC with the Chargers and the Cowboys, But the value at running back, is very undervalued. People don't understand how, important the position is. And they just think, I'll just get a third rounder or a fourth rounder. But then sometimes these third or fourth round guys, AK-41, Alvin Kamara, the alien, right? Montgomery from the Bears, Henderson, Darrell from the Rams. I mean, he can end up replacing Todd Gurley. And, obviously Todd Gurley's Todd Gurley. We get it. But, they always think the next guy, we can pay him less and he'll give you similar, numbers and stats. Sometimes that's true, but sometimes it's not, just depending on when you get drafted. Ed Oliver moves mountains, by the way, guys. Enjoy the sack fest. Yeah, I love him. I know that I was kind of like, as a Buck fan, I was like, I wonder who, where he's going. Watched him a lot in college. And he had some attitude issues and kind of some character issues. But when you watched him at Houston, definitely a lot of talent there. Luis Melendez Jr., no, Raiders are going to win the division. Well, if that wasn't the biggest homer statement I've ever heard, you want to root for him. You got to have AB healthy. I love Hard Knocks. If you look at the title of the video, NFL Top 10 Old Faces, New Places going in to 2019. Talking about Colin Kaepernick. We'll talk about that. And Raiders Hard Knocks, if you guys watched it yet. Like I said, Louise, I think you were in here yesterday. And, you just have to be realistic. You know what I mean? Just trying to not get last place in the division should be the first key. Wanting to go 9-7 and 10-6. But arguably, you have two of some of the best teams in the whole entire NFL in your division with the Chiefs and the Chargers. Tough competition. You know what I mean? And you don't have as much depth on your roster, as those two teams. Same thing with the Broncos. The Broncos are hoping for 9-7, 10-6, and then the Chiefs and Chargers get a bunch of injuries, and those two teams can move ahead. But in all reality, the Raiders and the Broncos, it's going to take a couple years. You're not going to get there, this year, unless some significant big injuries happen. Patrick Mahomes, goes out. Phillip Rivers goes out. Lindsey, the running back for the Broncos, goes out. Von Miller gets injured. Tyreek Hill gets suspended. I mean, you're going to have a lot of things happen. But you will see them get better. And you got to think of, that each year. Getting better. Building the team. Trying to have a 4-year run and get better every season. Go from, 4 wins, to 6 wins. 6 wins to 9 wins. Sometimes you just can't go from 4 wins to 10 wins, unless you got a lot of free agents or you drafted really well. And sometimes you need chemistry with those guys. And it depends on what the other division looks like. One of the toughest divisions in football is that AFC West. Because a lot of people think if the Chiefs don't make the Super Bowl, the Chargers have a great chance. Obviously, the Patriots are the front runner until someone clips them. But those two teams, Patriots, right? Chiefs, Chargers, right? Those are going to be the main ones. And then you got the Colts and the Steelers. And then we'll see what the Browns do or Ravens or some of the others. But, I mean, those are the front runners. Maybe the Texans you could throw in that mix. But it's going to be a progression. I feel you're not going to be good until you go to Vegas. Once you move to Vegas, you'll have a couple years under Gruden's belt, more draft picks that are his guys, right? I know John Gruden. I've had him in Tampa, so I know, right? It'll take a few years. But once you get your team and get your pieces right, Phillip Rivers might not be there anymore, right? And there'll be wiggle room because we don't know how good the Broncos will be, but you better believe the Chiefs will still be good, right? But it'll take a couple years, so just be patient, But when they are good, they'll be able to make a run. First 3 years in Vegas, they'll make a wild card. I'm pretty confident of that. It'll take a little while, though. Let's see here. Let me go through the list. So I know what team I'm using in Madden 20. He said, I thought you were the Eagles. He said, who dat nation? He said, who dat? Let's see here. I can take all the smoke that we damn boys fans can give. I'm just showing my loyalty. Zeke needs to wait in line for his contract. His teammates must be pissed. Well, I don't think they're as mad as you think. You know what I mean? If you got to think if you're Zeke and you're a top 5 running back and they're not trying to pay you, you know what I mean? It's not just trying to be this, Mr. Almighty, high-nosed, stuck-up guy. You know what I mean? Imagine just for a second that you were Zeke Elliott and you're one of the best. You know what I mean? You want to get paid like the rest. And then obviously Melvin Gordon's waiting for that chance to get paid too. 0 touchdowns after dominating at Wisconsin, right? We were like, what the hell is going on here? 0? Right? And then to go 12, 12, and 14, and you're going to pay him like $5 million a year when you got guys like David Johnson, like getting like 13, and, some of these other guys that are getting more money, like, at least 10 million, and I mean, that's a lot of money. We get it. But I mean, the NFL makes a lot of money. So you have to think of it that way. It's kind of unrealistic to us because we don't make that kind of money. But, you just got to look at that perspective. Zeke knows. Zeke wants to be there. But he has to look out for himself. That's big facts. Let's see here. I'm using your Bills in Madden 20. See, I told you, Damon. I told you that was a good suggestion. I told you that would be a good choice. Fun little team. And then I haven't even really brought up, John Brown, Cole Beasley. On top of all the running backs and all the other pieces. I mean, this team has got some depth. I mean, they're getting there. I mean, like I said, if they don't make the playoffs this season, you're going to see a huge growth in Josh Allen and the defense. And then maybe that next year, they'll be in that 9 to 11 win kind of range. I really believe that. I mean, it's like you just have to look at the rosters in whole. And McDermott, I like a lot more than Gase. Gase looked all crazy crackheadish when they interviewed him and he got the job. McDermott, very smart guy. I think he's going to be there for a long time. So I think they hit it on the head. Homer statement. He said, the Bills are going to take the AFC East and we're going to make Belichick do a headset slam, benchmarking the passing of the torch. AFC Domineers. Got the idea from Mr. Hurricane's top 5 teams to use video. Well, I mentioned it to you yesterday too. Didn't you ask? Damon Piacquadio. You went over like 5 teams. I said Bills. He's like, nah, I'll go somewhere else and get my opinion. Said I'll be doing coach mode, but creating a coach. Oh, okay, that's sweet. I still haven't got it. I need to get it. Let's see here. I'm finally caught up. We damn boys. All right, are we ready? Are you guys ready? 42 minutes in, and I'm finally caught up. Seriously, look at the DMs. I finished the fantasy rankings. Oh, you want me to check yours out? You sent it to me? So Pierpont goes into it deep. Oh, I have so many messages right now. This is insane. Let's see here. Let me take a quick peek. All right, so I can show you guys. Let's see if the fan base. Let me put it up here so I can maybe get the brightness up. So Pierpont, right? All right, can you guys see that? Probably not. No, with my phone, you're not gonna be able to see it because it's way too bright. But it's a piece of paper, right? And I got the brightness up way too high here. Maybe if I tone it down, maybe they can see it. No, let's see. Can you guys see that now? No, it's too bright. But it's a big list of like fucking 200 names of all the players in there. So I'll go over it though, and I like to see it. But yeah, I got the brightness up too high. It's up there. But yeah, he's doing his homework. I respect that. You got to go in there because you got to be able to do your homework for fantasy. I mean, you can go to the websites, but you got to have your inner gut, your inner feel for it. So let's go to the list. So old faces, new places in 2019. Fox came out with this little list, and so I wanted to give you guys a ranking. Okay. Matthew Sanchez says, sorry, guys, got to go. Subscribe to this channel. Best sports channel ever. Keep pounding. Panther Nation. Love you guys. In the comments, and have a good night. And if you end up coming back, Matthew Sanchez, if you're done helping move and whatnot, I'll repeat the list for you. So number 10. Number 10 is a wide receiver that you are familiar with. A little older, right? He's been on the Patriots and bounced around from a couple teams, the Bills as well. He's found a new home and hashtag keep pounding, right? Which I just mentioned for Matthew Sanchez. I got Chris Hogan. So a guy that, has bounced around the league a little bit. With Cam Newton's shoulder, it's a concern, but we'll see how he looks moving forward with the new team. They need as many weapons as they can get, but with him and DJ Moore and Curtis Samuel, nice little trio there. Greg Olsen, maybe he can stay healthy. I like it. I like it moving forward. Number 9, he was a Green Bay Packer. He asked Aaron Rodgers. He said, what about my farewell tour? Jordy Nelson comes back, retires a Packer one last day, right? Gets a nice little, celebration, a little highlight package video. Clay Matthews III on the Rams now. He didn't. So I'm really interested to see what he does for Los Angeles. Does he have anything in the tank left? What do you guys think? Do you think Clay Matthews can give anything to the Rams? Does he still have a little bit left? Will he get juiced up? Obviously, being from USC and running out of the tunnel, in Los Angeles. I'm kind of wondering myself, how good is Clay? Is he going to be able to have a good role with them? No more Sue. It's interesting to see what they look like. Number 9, Clay Matthews III. Number 8 is someone that Chafino and some of you guys are familiar with. He's got an awesome nickname, T-Sizzle, right? Now he's on what team? Everyone's like, where is T-Sizzle? Where did he end up? He's on the Cardinals with Kyler Murray. And I got him at number 8. I feel he's still got a little bit of game left. He's getting older. He's kind of an old name, an old face in a new place, right? But we'll see what he does. Number 7, impact guy, right? He should be able to get some type of reps. First ballot Hall of Famer, the most underrated, probably running back once he retires, based off like name recognition. People aren't going to give him the respect, but he needs to get the respect. I'm talking about Frank Gore. He's been doing it since the U and the Niners. Bounced around a lot of different places. You saw him on the Dolphins. Now he's on the Bills. Frank Gore, right? Number 6 is a guy that we're familiar in Philly. He won the Super Bowl for him. Fly, Eagles, fly. Slick Nick Foles. Philly. Special player. I'm excited to see what he can do for the Jags. Thinking about retiring from football a little bit back. Decided to give it another try. Now he's got like a movie story. I'm really rooting for him. You know what I mean? If they end up winning the division, I think it would surprise everyone besides the Tennessee Titans. If Mariota finally gets it, with Vrabel. Nick Foles. Can he lead that team to 10-6 and win the division? If Andrew Luck isn't healthy and Deshaun Watson's line is horrible and has some injuries there, maybe. Slick Nick Foles. Number 6. Number 5, the best deep burner in the league. Fly, Eagles, fly. He's back. You love him. I love him. A.K.A. D-Jax. Number 5, Deshaun Jackson. I can't wait to see that first touchdown of 50 yards or more between Carson, Mr. Walk-it-to-him Wentz, and Deshaun Jackson. We damn boys. Maybe it'll be against them. We'll see. Number 4. Number 4 is a guy that I watched at LSU. Very underrated player moving forward in his career. Has had some bang-ups, some injuries, right? He's been moving around from team to team, but now he's found a home on a team that had the worst defense in the league, arguably, last season. Who am I talking about? I'm talking about the guy with an awesome nickname, Honey Badger. I'm talking about Tyrann Mathieu. It's going to make a huge impact with the Chiefs secondary. Frank Clark obviously is going to be a big impact with Chris Jones. Who? Chris Jones! But Honey Badger on the back end, especially with no Eric Berry, that's going to be big. I'm excited to see how many picks he gets this season. He could get as many as 5, I believe, this season and really help that team to the number 1 seed in the AFC. Not only in the AFC West, but in the AFC. Great chance. Number 3. Number 3 got famous for a one-handed grab. A lot of people love him. Very famous. Some diva qualities, right? But once he left the Giants, this city, right, kind of has a rebirth. When LeBron was there and then he left, now you got Baker Mayfield. You got Jarvis Landry, Nick Chubb, and you got OBJ, Odell Beckham Jr. The impact is going to be significant. He's going to have a great season. Jarvis Landry, will be able to benefit from some double teams and, some safeties over the top. But Odell, as long as he can play 12 games or more, I think he'll be able to get 10 touchdowns, or more. And he'll have probably about 1,400 yards. He'll be a nice piece for Cleveland. And if they miss the playoffs this season, they'll be in the running moving forward after that, I truly believe. Number two impact is a guy, right, that has frostbitten feet. We saw him on Hard Knocks on the Oakland Raiders, right? Without him, the team, is okay. They're kind of towards the bottom looking up at Big Brother. But with him, 15 touchdowns last season, leading the league, right? Get those frostbitten feet cured, big guy. Wear the right socks or shoes, because you didn't. Still, my top 3 wide receiver in the league, was number 1 for many, many years in a row. Now you got DeAndre Hopkins and Michael Thomas, MT Money Thomas, Nolans Saints. But there's a chance for AB to retake the crown, right, and get right and be number 1 again, unanimously across the board, right? Antonio Brown. What he's going to mean to that franchise for Gruden and Carr, big impact, because they're going to go from the bottom team to the third-place team, and once they go to Vegas, second-place team, and then at one point or another, they might even win the division 5-6 years down the road. It's possible, right? Chiefs are great, right? But you can't predict injuries, in the future. But first 3 years, I'm going to say it right now, first 3 years once they move to Vegas, if Gruden is still head coach, they will make a playoff. More than likely, it'll be a wild card at 9-7 or 10-6, but they will make it. And number 1, old faces, new places, 2019. Guy that I think that can win the rushing title this season. No one's talking about him at all. One of my favorites in the league. Everyone loves Todd Gurley, Saquon, Zeke. I love Alvin Kamara, AK-41, the alien. He's probably my favorite running back. But this guy, the most patient running back in the league, is going to surprise a lot of people. And then if somehow, some way, the Jets get 10 or 11 wins, this guy is going to be the reason why, a big part of it, okay? Talk about Le'Veon Bell. He could win the rushing title this season. I could see him getting 10 to 15 touchdowns this season on the ground. He's that good. Multi-touchdown games in a couple, 2, 3, wouldn't surprise me. And they need that stability at running back. They've had a lot of injuries at that position for the Jets. The Jets, Jets. So that's the list. Chris Hogan at 10, Clay Matthews the third, number 9, T Sizzle, number 8, Frank Gore, number 7, number 6, Nick Foles, number 5, Deshaun Jackson, number 4, Honey Badger, number 3, OBJ, number 2, AB, fly like a butterfly, sting like AB, and number 1, Le'Veon Bell. So that is the list. Now I want to go to the next topic. I want to talk about Colin Kaepernick. Have you guys watched the video yet? Have you guys seen him? He looks like he's in shape. Is any team going to ever call as a backup? I mean, you can't tell me that there's not one team. I know it comes with a lot of the drama and the kneeling, the police brutality and, everything that he was, showing for, standing up for, equal rights. For me being, mixed race, all my friends are, of color. I have friends that are Caucasian. I have black friends. I have Cuban friends. I have Mexican friends. I have Asian friends. I mean, me being, part Czech and part Japanese, it's definitely a unique combination, but I want to know, do you guys think that Colin Kaepernick can get a job, or is it done? Is he ever going to get a chance to be a starter again? I think that if he was going to get a chance, that it would have already happened, right? But as far as like 31 other guys being better than him at starting quarterback, I doubt it. And honestly, I mean, if he was in shape, I probably would take him over Jameis. No bull. You know what I mean? Is he the best guy in the pocket? No. You know what I mean? Is he, the best, on the run? No. Right? But he's probably, to me, if he was in good shape and he was working on his skill set, he'd be a better version of Lamar Jackson, in my opinion. I mean, he got a similar type of game, and I think I trust Kaepernick's arm, or at least I did when he was in the league. But unfortunately, I think, like Damon says, it might be done for him. But the thing is, if he wasn't that good, and then you had great coaching, with Jim Harbaugh, before he went to Michigan, right? But he made a Super Bowl. You know what I mean? And he touched the ball, every snap. He's better. Like for me, he's middle of the pack, at least when he was in the league. He was somewhere between 14 and 20, as far as like quarterback ranking when he was last in the league. But yeah, you're right. It's been a few years now. But, I mean, I don't think that's, that he can't play. I mean, he might not get a chance. But I think if he did get a chance, I think he would surprise people. He'd be better than Johnny Football. I would take a chance, I mean, it's better than having a guy that steals crab legs, and grabs Uber drivers' butts, trying to get burritos. We'll have to see. And then the last thing I want to talk about, Raiders and Hard Knocks. Did you guys watch it on HBO? What did you guys think? Did you guys enjoy the episode? Did you guys like it? I thought it was pretty entertaining, you know what I mean? Like, you got to see Richie Incognito be kind of crazy, right? You got to see AB interact with John Gruden. You got to see Abram, kind of work with, Carr in the restaurant. I think my favorite part of the video is he's like, is it salmon or salmon? And Carr said, no, it's salmon. He's like, how come it's not salmon? Yeah, you can tell he's from the country. But he's going to be a nice piece in the secondary. Where's Roethlisberger? From the kids. Yeah, that was funny. But it'll be interesting to see where the progression goes. I know a lot of people were kind of hating on it, but I like the first episode. I mean, maybe I'm just one of those guys that loves HBO and loves Hard Knocks. You don't have HBO. Well, you can get HBO Go, or you can stream it. If you go on YouTube and you can watch it, I would assume that way. It's worth watching, though, because the best thing about HBO Hard Knocks Raiders, behind the scenes, you get to see how they act and how they treat each other, how they talk in the locker room. It's a little bit more, X-rated, with the swearing and whatever. But you get to see, obviously they're playing up to the camera a little bit. But I like it. Bills Embedded is a good look into the Bills franchise. I've seen clips. Panthers have one too, I think on Amazon Prime. It looks awesome. I want to watch all of them. I wish every team did one. I would watch them all. The new direction we were going, if y'all interested, better than Hard Knocks. Yeah, I've seen some clips. It looks good. That's big facts. But ultimately, I wanted just to hop on, kind of go over a couple of these things. Colin Kaepernick, Raiders on Hard Knocks, right? Top 10 old faces in new places. Obviously, we have Mike Trout's birthday, 28 years old, so I did a nice little reaction video. So I'm not sure if you guys follow baseball or Mike Trout, but you guys can check it out. But, yeah, we're getting close, obviously, to preseason tomorrow. So I'm pretty much going to, kind of wrap it up unless you guys have any other questions that you guys want. I just wanted to go on for, about an hour. I got to go work out and kind of get some more research done and tape watching done, more NFL Network as well. And then I'm going tomorrow to Seattle, but you know what I mean? I'll try to pump out a video before I leave in the morning. So there'll be some type of video, maybe a Josh Allen reaction video for you, Mr. John Roberts. I haven't got a chance to look at it, Pierpont, but I promise as soon as I'm done off the stream, I'm going to go through your list and I'll message you. And I know you do a lot of homework, so I'll look at that. I need to make a Discord, yeah. I don't know how to do a lot of the things I'm, trying to, kind of learn as I go. Much YouTube tutorials and little things here and there. But preseason, a lot of games tomorrow. And then, like I said, I'll go live probably on my Facebook for, my personal one. And then I'll probably end up doing YouTube live on my phone. So you guys will see me at, the game in Seattle. Seattle Seahawks versus the Denver Broncos, 4th row, 40, 50-yard line behind the Bronco bench. And then I'll go live again on Friday when I'm at the Mariners game, 8th row, off first base with my buddy Justin. So I'm excited. So you guys will be able to see some kind of, footage of actually me at the game. And then I'll be back Saturday, and then I'll do some reactions to some of the, highlights that we have that are available, as long as they don't block it or anything like that, NFL-wise. And I'll be back in it. So I'll still be able to do videos pretty much every day, even while I'm gone. But any other questions or anything you guys, comments that you guys want me to touch on before I go? Pierpont, I definitely will take a look at the list. I've gotten like 15 messages. But the thing that I respect about you the most, is taking the time to do that, because I do that. I go and write stuff down. You can always do it on the phone, but sometimes you need it on the paper, right? Because you want to be able to have the bye week in there, and you want to be able to kind of see it with your eyes. And then when you have everyone on there, you're not scrolling up on your phone. You can see it, right in front of you. So big respect, man. You know what I mean? And even if you don't play in our league, if you play in your own league or a different league, depending on how we do a drawing, you're going to do good. You just don't make any trades like you did last time with our commissioner. So that's where you went wrong. You should have just let it play itself out. You just try to go all top heavy and try to get all those first and second round, talents. And then some of the guys got hurt and it hurt you, as far as depth. Just stay pat, you just draft running back, wide receiver, running back. Wide receiver, running back. Don't pick the quarterback too soon. Let the tight end come to you. Don't pick the tight end too early. Don't pick defenses or kickers too early. Get the depth at wide receiver and your flex and your running back. You know what to do. You can do it, especially with that kind of preparation that you got. That's big facts. I'm excited to see that. 6 Inc. I'll see you later. I got to go too, so I'm going to be going out of here. Tube FN. He said, I'm so late. All right. Well, I was about to end the stream, but, even if it's just one person, I'm not going to just leave just because if you just hopped in. So I'll go over my list for you. And once I do that, because I respect you, you know what I mean? I'm not going to just leave and leave you hanging because I wouldn't do that. I'm not like that. So Tube FN, old faces in new places, 2019. Some criteria. They got to be a little bit older in the league. Okay. So number 10, Chris Hogan. He's on the Panthers now, believe it or not. We'll see what he does. Number 9, Clay Matthews III on the Rams. Does he have any gas left in the tank? I'm not sure. Number 8, T Sizzle. What team is he on? Not many people know. He's on the Cardinals with Kyler Murray now. We'll see what he does. Number 7, Frank Gore, Buffalo Bills. I love him. Number 6, Nick Foles on the Jags. Number 5, Deshaun Jackson. Eagles. Fly, Eagles, fly. Number 4, Honey Badger, Tyrann Mathieu, and the Chiefs. Chiefs Kingdom, stand up. Number 3, OBJ and the Browns. Number 2, Fly like a butterfly, sting like AB, Raiders. And number 1, Le'Veon Bell with the Jets. Then we went over Kaepernick. Can he still play? They had this new video that came out. He's working out. He looks like he's ready to play, but most of us think that it might be, dunzo for him. I would take him over Jameis. I just want a new quarterback. I'm just done with Jameis. I want someone new. I want Trevor Lawrence. I want Tua Tagovailoa. I want Justin Herbert. Give me somebody. So I don't forget about anybody. And Tube FN, I hope you appreciate me. I appreciate you. I could have just left, but I don't do that. I appreciate every single one of y'all. And then we also went over the Raiders and Hard Knocks. If you guys watched that episode, if you liked it, definitely a fun show to watch. And there's ones with the Panthers and the Bills. So, if you want to get some inside looks. And then I was just Tube FN letting people know that I'm going to be at the Seahawks game tomorrow against the Broncos with my buddy who's a hardcore Bronco fan, one of the biggest in the world. I'm going to be a one-time Broncos supporter tomorrow only. One-day special. Peyton Manning jersey, right? Going to be with my buddy, Von Miller, Von Miller jersey. And my buddy Justin. We're going to be 4th row, 50-yard line, 40-yard line behind the Bronco bench. You might see us on TV. If you guys get that game or if it tunes in or does like a live look in. And then also I'm going to the Mariners and the Tampa Bay Rays the following day, 8th row off first base, Edgar Martinez Hall of Fame bobblehead day. I'm going to have a great 2 days. And then I'll still, be back in the live stream. I'll try to do live stream from my phone from both games. So if you guys are interested, you can see my seats and see me interact and maybe vibe with some of the fans there, get my charged phone up to full capacity. Tube FN. Yes, I do appreciate you. I respect you even more now. Big ups, man. You know what I mean? Like, I don't care if there's one person in the chat, or one person came in and it ended up being 2. If someone comments that they just got in, I definitely will take care of you. Thanks, man. I hope I'm gonna have a blast. And our room that we got, it's like 15th floor, Bay View, $800 for 2 nights, like 400. It's nice. It's gonna be crazy. So that's pretty much it. I hope I got everyone taken care of. I hope you guys have a great Wednesday and a great Thursday. Michael Pierpont says last comment. Go ahead, my guy. Go ahead with anything that you got. I'm going to go work out. I'm going to look at Pierpont's list. I'm going to go and do some research. I'm going to watch some more football. I'm going to watch some tape. I'm going to go do some more reading, probably stay up till midnight or 1. And then I might have another reaction video that I pump out because the grind is real. The grind don't stop. Lunar Senpai. Colts. I see ya. I didn't even know you were in the chat, big dog. You can type in. Let me know that you're in there. We can talk Colts all day. Darius Leonard, Quentin Nelson, Andrew Luck. Are you concerned? I know you are. I see your tweets once in a while. You're concerned, but don't worry. It'll be all right. You're winning the division this year. 11-5. No problem. You got it. It's almost 11 by me. Yeah. 842 right now for me. I've been in the championship the last 3 out of 4 years in my family league. Awesome. I know it's tough. You know what I mean? The thing is, the biggest advice I can give you, Pierpont, if you really are, because I'm usually in the championship game or 3rd place usually at the worst if I'm with Marcus or by myself, right? The key to winning, right? I'm telling you this right now. This is like a little secret information, anyone that's listening right now, if you have a fantasy league, right? When you have the wire, right? I set an alarm for like 1 in the morning, 2 in the morning, right? I wake up, and as soon as the wire choices are done for the people that have the priority on the wire, right? I'm the first one up in the middle of the night, and I pick up all the scraps that are left over. So if the top 3 guys at running back or wide receiver are taken, based off the guys that requested them, what about that 4th guy, that defense? Or someone had to drop someone. You pick those guys up before 6 a.m., before the other guys wake up and grab them. That's how you win your league. I've done that year in and year out, and you'd be surprised on some of the guys that you can get. Or, depending on if you have to do like money, towards, the certain players, depending on the league that you're in, PPR or regular, or however, there's a dollar amount, associated with the value of the players. But if you do that one single thing, right? Set it for as soon as you see when the wire drops, and then you set an alarm, maybe like 5 minutes, or 10 minutes after. It's some sacrifice, but if you can end up stacking your bench, and getting a nice defense, all of a sudden, like, Panther defense is available, the guy dropped him, and you can pick him up and then stack it up with like a Denver defense or someone else. I mean, you're going to be sitting pretty as far as like, bye weeks and having some guys that you're going to miss out on because, you got 3 guys in the bye and it looks tough. You take advantage of that one little tidbit, that little $9.99, $10.99, $19.99 little tidbit that I just gave you. That'll help you get the extra advantage, especially with your family. No one else will do it. You'll be the only one, and you'll start stacking guys. Week 1, week 7, week 8, and all of a sudden your roster will look super deep, not only at the top and your starters, but your bench will be the biggest and deepest bench in your league. And when you have the deepest bench in the league, that's how you win fantasy. Lots of guys that you can rotate, and then at that point, when you lose weeks, it'll be because you have so many choices on your bench, right? And then you might pick the wrong guy, but that's a good problem to have. So take that in consideration. 4 a.m. for me, yeah. Do it. I mean, like I said, I've been doing it for years, and sometimes it sucks, but I'm telling you, when you wake up and you're able to look at that roster and shift the guys around, flex, 3 running backs or, 2 running backs or, 3 wide receivers, however you do it, it'll be worth it. That's how you end up going from 3rd place to 2nd place to 1st place, and they'll be like, dang, how did you do it? And if you don't tell them, you know what I mean? Maybe they'll see the timestamp on what time you woke up, but if you're consistent with it, that can really help you. Sometimes by luck, other teams will have guys like Mahomes, and you'll have a quarterback that is not as good of a matchup. But that'll help you out, and anyone that's listening. So, but that's pretty much it. I'll look at your list, and I'll go over some more tape. Now they're going over on NFL Network. Who wins the NFC North? Bears, Vikings, Packers, Lions. See, I got a lot of stuff I need to watch, and we'll see what these guys think. But thank you, man. I appreciate you. So I hope you guys have a great night. I'll see you guys tomorrow. I'll probably pump out another video here in a couple minutes. The grind is real. And I'll do one tomorrow morning before I go on my trip. I got one last thing to say to you guys. Who talk sports like us? Northwest Sports Fanatics. And I'm out. You guys have a great night. Peace.